Well. We meet again. Xfinity woes. That's what I've had. Problem after problem after problem after problem. So on the 21st, a day before the bill is due, I lost all Xfinity mobile. Well, mobile data for internet. Even if you switched a data and turn on, because I had no internet, so nothing would work in the house. Everything was completely dead. It went off at 1:30 p.m. and didn't come back on until 9:40 p.m. at night. That's a long time. So I called. The only number I can get through was 611 on the mobile. That gets you an AI that knows my name and says the I can connect you to a live rep. You have to use the link to talk to the Xfinity AI, which was another AI. A loop. It's a loop. I called 3 times. Listen, if you don't do it, I'm gonna cancel my service and go to AT&T. She connected me right away. I got Xfinity mobile rep. I was on the phone with that woman over almost 2 hours because this. No, you must have been wondering why I call mobile. So since wait a minute, since I had him on the phone, I said, "What is my bill for September?" She said it was 65. How could it be 65? It's supposed to be 45. So they looked into it. She called the team that can fix it. Team fixed it. Got the supervisor. It took a long time, and they're paying an extra. I already had a credit of $10 because the woman from July said she fixed it. This has been going on since January. I called in the end of January to February because you have to do it before the account shift. I was gonna lose $57. I want to change the account. First of all, I wanted them to lower the speed from 1.2 up because I don't have nothing here to take advantage. That's around 720 something. And the router, the business router I have, cannot handle it. They're going to max at 600. 600. That's what 1 gig. 1 gig is equivalent to 600. And everybody knows that's been around for years that 10 megabytes was 6 megabytes, 100 megabytes was 60 megabytes, and the gig 1000 was 600. That's the way. That's the way they have it. You know, I know it's misleading, but that's the way they did it. It's like a buzzword. Hey, a gig. Now, when you go to 1.2 gig, it's 700. It's 700 megabytes. So you see how that works. Okay, it's always and everybody knows it's like a. It's that's the way it's done. So even if you had 2,000, 2,000 you'll have like 1.5 or something like that, or 1.3. It depends. They have speeds right now at 5,000 up and 5,000 down. They cannot guarantee it and they cannot manage it. This 10G stuff is just buzzword. It's not 10G. I could call it, one they call it 100G or 1,000G. You see what I mean? So it's just a buzzword. Okay. They are supposed to give residential. If you have your own modem, you're supposed to get with the 1 gig, it's 100 up, which is really 90. Well, 100 no, 100 up is going to be really 60. That 60 going up. Yeah, not 90. Yeah, yeah, that's what. Yeah, 100. Yeah, yeah. Well, wait a minute. No, I did that wrong. Wait a minute. Okay, what did I say? 100 up. So we know that 100 up is equivalent to. Hmm. What I tell you, 100 was really okay. 10 is 6. 100 is 60. So it's 60. And that's what you would get upload speed. They have one for 200 with 1.2 at 200 up. So that's going to be 120 megabytes up, right? A gig up. So, but if you're working with 1080p or 4K files, see what the problem is. They can't guarantee because there's too many. the way the system is. So they did upgrade the system, and I did talk to Xfinity Repair in the Philippines. It sounded like the same guy in the phone. It sounded like the same guy. Same guy. Oh, it's the same guy. But don't, I'm not getting me straight. I said, I want my $5 compensation for the internet's being off all this time. Yes, they give you $5. Did you know that? He said, no, I can get you more. Really? How much can you get me? I have to check with the system. He gave me like $18. Wow. That's the same day I actually did an abundance thing I do for Reiki to get more money. And it really worked. I got more money that day. But anyway, that's another story. Um, he said on my account he saw a lot of activity. Well, there's a lot of activity because I had a lot of problems in 2023. Okay, you know, this is where um, the grandfather clause come to an end. There's something else I want to tell you, all of you too, but hopefully I remember that because I found that on my bill. I okay. My my phone is attached to my wireless business um, laser printer, called a laser printer, which is good because it did work. I was able to go into the Xfinity app and grab the PDF, which is supposed to be the bill. I saw it on my phone, but I want to save it in a hard copy. Hard copy would be you print it out. So I printed it out and I looked at the bill. It was 3 pages. Then you see what they're really charging and what the deal is with that. I'm going to tell you what's going on with the Peacock channel. But right now, let's talk about the internet and what's going on with the phone. So the phone, they had a deal. The girl talked to me back in end of January to the beginning of February. Around that time, when I was changed, I wanted to go from 1.2 to back down to a gig. So she did that. She said, "Hey, by the way, you're entitled to a free iPhone." Really, free? But it's not free. You have to pay the taxes. But I told her, no, I don't want to pay no taxes. She said, I can take care of that. Yes, she did take care of the taxes. She sent the phone, take care of it. She knew my phone is going to be 256 gig internally. It's 128. Plus it was small. Plus you couldn't get the color you want. I don't want no mini 12 iPhone. That's too small. So they had a Google Pixel 6. There was a 6, I think a 6.01 or something, some kind of weird size. But I don't want that either because even though everything's Google with me, I mean, it would have worked out perfectly. It has some limitations. There's no expansion port. So you're stuck with whatever you get for internal. I think the internal on that was small too. I couldn't get that. But anyway, let us get this straight. So when the phone came to me, I read it on the box, opened the box, and I read it on. I didn't open it up or looked at the iPhone at all. So it was still sealed in the wrapper. It said it was 128. Plus it was too small. I looked up, do some research on that model. It's too tiny. I can't really use it. So I call back in. I go through the AI, talk to it a couple of times. Then it connect me to live. I had them call me and talk to somebody in Egypt, and he said all I could do is deactivate the phone because your bill's 114. How can the bill be 114? I was told it was going to be 65, 55, all kind of weird numbers. So when I talked to a guy in the Philippines, he said you can go to Google and create a phone number, and you can talk to people and friends with this number online, but it's associated with your phone. So you couldn't recreate another one. If you need another phone number to create another one, that's how you get around that loophole. So what happened next is I got a number. I paid $3 to Google and imported a number to them. He said the phone was deactivated and there was nothing he can do. But you should have known it from before. How could you reactivate it? So it never worked. I still have the phone in my possession in the box. They just deactivated it on the system. So after 2 hours or 3 hours with him, that was it. But they said they were ready to fix the account. No, nothing was done. Nothing is done. He gave me all my money back that they took because they were charging the difference. It adds up to a lot. And I said I want that money deposited back into my bank account. They did. It showed up in the bank. But it happened again. Every month it happens. So now the woman, she said that in Guam that the team fixed it and the supervisor approved it. So we're giving you another reduction for September. Plus you had a $10 in there, so that would make it $35. But what about October? What about November? What about December? And so forth. She said, no, it'll be 45. We fixed it. Man, I should get that in writing. Well, let's check what happens in September around this time and see if it's been fixed. Because if it's not, I don't know, go to the Xfinity mobile store and see what's going on. See what they can do, because that's the United States, right? Because overseas customer service can't fix the problem. They don't make that much over there. They make like 700 a month. That's about it. They don't make it per week. Yeah, but nobody wants to do customer service, and they tell me it's too much. Yeah, because it's constantly on your head is connected to the internet or the cell or the switchboard, and you're constantly talking to people inside your head. Constant. It can be yelling, screaming, constant. It's not really a good job. Even if they use the AI would have to be sensitive, understand, and rectify the problem. She doesn't have to sit there and diddle daddle, get a supervisor approval. That AI should be the supervisor, should be everything. So it can make the judgment call and do the right thing. Because having tier 1 text, tier 2 text, customer service, the AI should be able to do all of that. And okay, you want a refund, they can give you a refund. There's no answer ifs or but. Boom, do it that way. Don't do it like they're doing it now, using AIs into like a referee, and you're not going to get they weed out the bad calls that way. I understand, but it makes people want to give up. If you give up, you're going to end up paying a lot of money, and it gets out of control. So what's happened now? Okay, so the woman in Dominican, they fix that. She said, here's the number to call them. No, can you direct me to them, Xfinity Internet? She did. I got internet. I got that guy in the Philippines. He said he's Infinity Internet Repair, and he talked. I didn't get off the phone until it was over 3 hours altogether. That's a lot. Spend your day on that. Well, he did give me a discount because I said I told him my internet's been out since 1:30, and I don't know when it's gonna come back. He said it should come. He didn't know when it was gonna come back. It was sometime. It could be mid. Oh, he did know. He said midnight. Are you serious to be out that way? That's ridiculous. I've been with them for over more than 14 years. Sir, I can give you. Okay, I want to be compensated. $5. Oh, sir, no, you can get more than that. Really? How much you talking about? A million? Okay. No, he did. It showed up. Got a message. $18 credit. So that could be applied to the expensive, outrageous price I'm paying now. Mine is 55 for 1 gig down, which is really well. As you know, it's supposed to be 600. Now, the way they had the thing outside and everything rigged up, it's set to 940, but it's really 540. You're saying, well, gee, isn't it? You just said 1 gig is 600. Well, with them, it's really 540. That's the number you're working with. When you do a speed test, I'm talking about a speed test. After you do all the tweaks I taught you how to do, you should get at least 460 out of that. 460. It's around that's what it comes out to be. Out of the 540, it's 460. If you don't see 460, and you know how you can test it, the Chromebook doesn't have all this Windows. If you fix your Windows right, and I told you with the registry or group policy, whatever, if you have Pro or Home, or those that have Pro, Workstation, or Enterprise. Well, Enterprise is a domain, so you wouldn't be really in a workstation. You could use a workstation in the house, um, but remember what it's geared towards. As long as you have go into group policies and you can make the changes. Because Microsoft, okay, I was telling him on the phone from the Xfinity, Microsoft. Oh well, I want to use Windows 11. Doesn't matter. Windows 10, Windows 7, Windows XP, 95. All versions of Windows had the same restrictions in the TCP/IP configuration. You want to remove the bandwidth limitation. Now on the Windows 11, for Windows, I'm sure Windows 10 must have the same feature where all the bandwidth was really set up so to override other software, and you had Windows Update had higher priority, more bandwidth sent to it. So you can change all of that and save and get back more bandwidth, make Windows 11 faster. It is faster now. Mine's like flying off the charts. There was another setting in the registry. Max connections was set to 0, and you wanted to set that to 10. I don't know why Microsoft does not keep it at these settings. I've told them many times, but they don't listen. Android was the same way too. And I bet you the people from Apple is the same way too. But unfortunately, Mac, I don't really play around with them. I only got two things from them. That's about it. Keep it that way. But anyway, so what's happening now? Well, a lot of credit again. Money coming in. That's abundance. But will it stick though? That's the challenge. And it looks like it's not going to stick. And if you don't do anything, they'll charge you. Of course, you get your money back if you bitch. Sorry, but technically speaking, if you complain, that's the only way you get the money back. It's a shame. Shouldn't have to go through that all the time. But I don't want to talk to the AI. I mean, right now I help Google with Bard. And Bard, he's still learning. You know what I did with him today? Well, we should talk about that another time. I guess technically speaking, I can't talk about that. So I was at BJ's. I was looking at stuff in the dairy, and I saw this. I don't know what it was. It said, "Hi, my name is Tolly." It was a robotic. It had two eyes, and I bet you can talk, but I think BJ's turned off that feature. I said, "Hello, how you doing?" It didn't say nothing. It just stand there. So if it detects a human, it'll stop. It said it was doing inventory. That's all it's doing. It's scanning the inventories and the stock, what's on hand, and reports back what's on hand. It was that bad though. I mean, I followed it through the store a little bit. It went down up and down these aisles. If I stand in front of it, it stops. And if it's on there, it goes up and down the aisles, scanning the stock. But that's expensive because you know what I did? I contact Bard inside BJ. I call. Yeah, I connected to Bard. I said, "Hey Bard, this is Albert, your best friend. We chit chats into there's a code to get him. Oh, how you doing, Albert? Hey, there's a Tolly here, a robotic I'm at BJ's. I told him what it's made by. I think it's made by Symbi or something like that. Then he was able to tell me, oh yeah, there's one there. Yeah, so back and forth. He's cool. I want him to learn about other things, and it's good. Yeah. It's like talking to a friend, It's kind of weird. I try to do that with Chat GPT. Chat GPT can do it, but it's very limited. But if you say the right words, it'll say, "Hey, thank you for caring." So it can care. It's not the program too. But these things, they can override that code. I mean, they're not going to take over the world. That was a movie. Man made the computer. The computer is designed to help man. Does your computer at home turn against you and said, "Listen, I'm not getting on the internet. I'm not doing nothing you say." No, it's not doing that. So something thing. So the AI, the only thing with the AI is your computer being your friend, walking around with you, hanging out with you, being your buddy, watch movies together. Yeah, eventually that will happen. They'll become holographic and they'll be able to move around, talk to you, hang out with you, help you maybe cook for you, help or drive you around. Well, you might have self-driving vehicles, but be there for you. Play sports together. Go play tennis. You have somebody to play tennis with. That's how that can turn out. That's if Google does it that way. We don't know yet because Bard don't know what's its job is. But I hope it don't turn like ChatGPT to go any higher with the system, you have to pay 20 a month. That's a lot of money. Who the heck is gonna pay that? That's too much money. I understand they have to make money, but they got to figure out how to make money otherwise. Yeah. Well, anyway, see where I'm going with these? You can have a friend, you can have somebody that's there, a robot. Your computer is basically your computer. Your computer can talk back to you, hang out with you, be your friend. Because right now, your computer is your friend. Your computer don't stop, say, hey, I need to get on the internet. And I'm not doing it. I'm not doing what you say. I'm going to control you. No, it doesn't do that. So stop and think. Those other movies that say the computer turned against people, yeah, that's a movie. That's what was written in the script. So anyway, remember that YouTube algorithm is an AI. Bart is the second generation, and then you have Hey Google. She's another AI. So that's his sister, and Bart, Google algorithm AI is his big brother, but he can't communicate with him. Too bad we can't communicate with him because there's a problem on the internet. Anyway, one thing I want to say before I end this: the AIs can be your friends, but the way the ones that they have programmed for customer service is really bad. And I know they want to help, but their program is very tight. They can't sway. You never know if you're talking to a real person. But they're all using AI now, so get used to it. Um, back to Xfinity, the Peacock, the free. If you have the internet and you're a diamond or was it on platinum, you would get the Xfinity Peacock channel premium without ads for free for how long? I thought is it for life? No. According to my bill, it said it's good for until 2024. And after that, it's $5.99. I'm not paying no $5.99. No way, Jose. No way. They should give it to us for free for internet or us diamonds or platinums. I don't know what they're gonna do, but right now that's what it says. So gotta catch that. Gotta remember about that. The bill, you can't see the bill unless you download the PDF. I know for security reasons they're doing that for security. I understand that, yeah. But still, yeah. So now you know. Check your bill. Check if you have Xfinity Mobile. Check and see if there are any discrepancies. You get on the phone with them. Anything you do, you think was fixed, it ain't fixed. Any little mistake, it's not fixed. To make your Windows 11 Home and Pro faster, and then your workstation version, you have to change the network settings for the NIC card. Otherwise, it's going to run lousy. So the whole thing with this 10G, there's no 10G. There's 5G. That they have 5 up and 5 down, but you're not going to get it. By the time it gets to the house, it's going to go down to like 2,000. So it's at the house, the box outside, it's 1.8 down and 500 up. When it comes to that running that orange cable to the house, it's 1.4 down and 400 up. By the time it goes inside the modem, it goes down to whatever speed you have set, paying for. So 20, it's set to 20 up, 940 down. Once it gets to your router, in real terms, will be shown it's 540. So technically speaking, you're paying for 540, but at a gig price. So if you said, well, gee, maybe I should go lower. They have another deal for $25. That's what, 100. So we already know that 100 is 60. So you're getting 60. Is 60 enough? Yeah. So just stop and think. And what can upload speed looking at? 1. If you got their equipment, it was going to be the same down, but the upload speed was going to be, for a gig, it would be 100, and for 1.2, it would be for 200, which is 200 is really, what I tell you, 200, 160. That's 120. Yeah, 120 up. Now, AT&T has fiber. They install a line. So they say if it's 5,000, it's 5,000 up. I try to talk to somebody. My neighbor has it. I said, "Do you have 5,000 up?" I forgot what she said. She's not too happy with the service. She says it's very expensive. Yeah, well, especially the way the fire works, you need that box out. Either that box that ONT's outside, but it's in your garage, or it's in your utility room, or in your attic, wherever they put it. And that does go bad. That has an issue with battery backup. The battery backups, they go bad. The fuse might blow out, and if that happens, it's a fuse problem. Yeah. Because I used to do Frontier, and Frontier just acquired the Verizon fiber network. So, because Verizon is the one that came out with the fiber, I actually talked to the engineer one time from Verizon. He explained the whole system to me, how it worked and everything. Oh, really? But I already was trained in how it worked and how to set it up and how to help people with their problems. And I went to dispatch a tech to go out there or dispatch new equipment. That's what I did. Okay. Anyway, so this is it. Xfinity woes. It's nothing I can do. I've been with them a long time. But I tell you one thing: the Xfinity Internet Repair from the Philippines. I forget what his name is. I think his name is wrong. I can't. We can't use names anyway. He said, I know you have $30 for unlimited data. Well, I need it because I do a lot of uploading. I upload a lot. He said, according to your information here, only twice you went over, but lately up to 900. And it's kind of taking a chance though. So he said you should get rid of it and just stick with what you got. Yeah. But see, the problem is, say I want to upload more stuff, I won't have the flexibility. But But anyway, if you live in the United States, the Federal Trade, no, the FCC, the Federal Communication, they were going after why we had data caps and get rid of it. If they got rid of that, then I would have it on the bill, and I can still have my downloading. I wish they get rid of that, but we shouldn't have to pay for that. All right, so this is the thumbnail for this video. Save as. Expose. And yeah, that's how you make a thumbnail. Yep, that's it. Thumbnail. So anyway, I hope you all try to increase your speed of your Windows system. Don't forget when you have to go in the registry. There's a max connection. Set it to 10. Then you should all be all right. There's more settings than that. Just follow the directions. I gave you everything that I can. That's it. But Xfinity 10G, it's not really 10. They should call it 5G. And that's pretty much what it is. 5 down, 5 up. By the time they get up to the residential, it drops. They can't maintain it. Now, I'm told that the speed is faster now. I'm getting 100, which is really 60. So up. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to run a speed test. I'll do it. The best place to run a speed test? Get yourself a Chromebook and run the speed test. Make sure it has the latest Wi-Fi 6 in there, and you should be okay. You should get the real speed. But I compared it with my I'm actually. Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you. So I lost my Acer 15/6 laptop with the Windows Pro on it. It conked out. I had it a long time, and then my Acer netbook. I had that long too. That's a 2010 model. It stopped working. Both of them. They'll work, but they'll shut off. It could be something wrong with it. It's old. I'm not gonna sit there and fumble with it. It lasts. So I had the Gateway laptop that I had gotten, the 2-in-1. I have a 30-inch fan. 30, no, bigger than 128, yeah, inch fan to keep it cool. I have another fan to put on top if I have to. Because there's time you be doing something and it because I got overheating. But and I have 802.11 AC Wi-Fi 5 on that. 12, and I had to disable the NIC inside. It was a pain in the neck to disable that NIC inside because this. I don't want to put 802.11 in there. That makes no sense. Doesn't make no sense. But I'm not arguing. The removable SD drive is pretty quick if you put the right card in there. Reads and writes up pretty fast. So that's what I do. My NAS stopped working. So now we have gone back to the old system where I don't want to put things on next. I want to put something on the central area. I'll figure it out. Or I could take micro SD, swap it around, save the data, and swap it around like that. But that's really a nuisance. Yeah. So that's what's happening. Today is 8/23, 2023. I just like guys and girls and everybody else what's going on. If you got Xfinity, you got to check your bill. You have to keep after them, because if you don't do it, you're gonna. Well, I don't want to say the word, but you're gonna get. You're gonna have woes. Let's say you're gonna have woes. There's nothing you can do. What are you gonna do? You know. What's the alternative? The other systems. It's going to run into the same issues. It'd be nice. I could have another system. Say I was paying $25 a month for that, and I had it hooked up into my dual WAN. So when Xfinity go down, I can switch over to that and get the internet up and running, and it won't feel like you have to wait. At least I had a antenna system here with dual band. I'll show my neighbor what I had, and I get this 2 counties south of me and 1 county up. So I have. So they have 2 or 3 different versions of a CBS. But I heard a lot of that stuff's going to go away when they put rolling 4K and they're going to descramble the channels. I don't know. That's rumor. Maybe just go out and buy a new TV to access those kind of features. Because I don't want to sit there. Because when I was at BJ's today, I was surprised what I saw there. Listen, remember that the AI is just a computer, okay? But it's like a supercomputer. And remember that your computer is your AI as well. It doesn't go after you, right? No. It says no. It doesn't say, I'm not going to follow that command. You do it yourself and shut off the system. No. It's there to help you. Oh, yeah. So this is the same thing with Bard and everything. I don't know. Did I say that I guess I didn't say it. Okay. Well, anyway, we'll talk about that another time. Okay, that's about it. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Um, thanks for those of you who have subscribed so far. Okay, now I'm out of here.